Okay, finally, we did it, huh? Okay, so, as you know, you guys read Papa's New Pants yesterday, huh? You read it? Okay, so, can someone tell me, who can tell me what it's about? Oh my gosh, you all can tell me what it's about? I don't even know who to pick. I'm just kidding. I am going to... Heather, can you tell me what it's about?
There's a boy and his grandma two her friends are coming over and they go to the store to get some things for her, and their papa spies a pile of pants and he buys the ones at the very bottom, and after dinner, the boy sleeps in the kitchen, and when Papa shows them his pants, all of them say no, that they can't trim and hem them 6 inches.
Are they too big? Is that the problem? They're too big? Okay.
And they're all too tired, so when the boy goes to bed, all 3 of them cut 6 inches off and hem it, and the boy thinks they're all ghosts. And in the morning, the pants are like shorts to the boy's papa because all 3 of them cut off 6 inches. So they're too short for his papa, but they're just right for the boy. So when they go to church, the boy gets to wear them as pants.
Okay. Yeah. No, we all read that right. So he got these big pants. Papa did, and they were gray with red plaid on them, red stripes on them. And so, has anyone ever had their pants too big or too small? Yeah, you did, me too. And so you have to take them to either your mom or you take them to the store, and they cut your pants off and make sure that they're the right length. But Papa, his got too short, and they even fit the little boy. They were so short, and that was just so funny to me. So within this story, there were some words that I picked out that were just they were a little bit more difficult. And so we're going to go through the words that I picked out, and we're going to learn what they mean so that we can use them in our everyday vocabulary. Because when we don't understand a word, are we supposed to just skip over it and say, I don't understand it, so I'm just going to skip over it and hope I figure it out as the story goes on, or are we supposed to look it up? Which one are we supposed to do? Look it up? I would think so too. Yeah, so we look it up and we make sure that we know what it means so that we can use it when we talk, so that we expand our vocabulary. And that's the point of vocabulary. So, Papa's New Pants, vocabulary. So, this is the word predict, and it is a verb. And it was used within the story in the strategy focus. And it says, when Papa buys his new pants, the whole family gets involved. And it says, as you read, use what you find to predict what will happen next. So within this sentence, I want you to share with the person next to you or across from you, but probably just with a partner, what you think from this sentence the word predict means. Okay. Have we all kind of come up with a good idea? All right. Who wants to share what they think the word predict means? Jaden, what do you think it means?
Predict means to guess what's going to happen next in the story.
I think you may be right. So, I went into the dictionary online to make sure that predict meant what I thought it meant, and I think you were exactly right. So, my definition says that predict means to say a specified thing or event that will happen in the future. And so when you predict, you I predicted this morning that it was going to be warm. And I predicted that all of you were going to be here today. And I was right. This morning. And so that's what predict means. And this is a picture of a boy predicting. And so what I want you guys to do so that we can remember the word is I want you guys to predict with me. Can you all do this? So we are predicting that it is warm outside. So through doing this hand motion, we remember that we are thinking about what is going to happen in the future. And you got to remember this. You got to remember the hand motion for predict. Okay? So that is the first word that I picked out is predict. And then the second word is fabric. And this is a noun. So do we think that fabric is a person? No. Do we think that fabric is a place? Is it at Fabric, Oklahoma? No, that's not how it's used in the story. Or do we think that it's a thing?
A thing.
It has to be a thing. Because person, place, or thing. That's a noun, right? So, the fabric, this is how it's used within the story. And so it's talking about Papa's new pants. And do you remember, he pulls them out and he feels them. And he says, the little boy says, the fabric was as velvety soft as old Buck's nose. So again, I want you to talk to your partner and think what fabric may mean using context clues within this sentence. Okay, rein it back in. Who can tell me what they think the word fabric means? Look, what?
Fabric is a type of cloth that people use to make things like blankets or clothes.
I think you may be right, and I went to the dictionary because when we don't know words, we always go to the dictionary to make sure. And it said that it is a cloth typically produced by weaving or knitting textile fibers. So within our sentence back here, within our sentence it says the fabric was as velvety soft, and so fabric, it feels soft, and so that would explain to us kind of what it was, and it would make a lot of sense when we were talking about the pants. So here's a picture of the fabric that I chose, found it off the internet. You know, it's not Papa's new pants, but it's fabric. And so for fabric, to help us to remember what it is, we're gonna touch our shirt, and we're gonna feel the velvety soft fabric of our shirt. I'm gonna pretend we're feeling the fabric of Papa's pants, but we're gonna be touching our own shirts to feel our own fabric. And then the next word is pattern. All right, this is also a noun, and you probably know it in math. You know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a pattern, that kind of thing. But what is a pattern in regard to the story? So Aunt Viney, when Papa showed her the pants, she said, "What a beautiful pattern," said Aunt Viney. So, what do you think pattern means? Talk to your partner. All right, bring it back in. Thank you very much. So, who can tell me what a pattern is in regards to the story? Let's pick a boy. Go, Ben. Go for it.
A pattern is like when you do like for example like red, blue, like each color you do it over again if you reach the end.
Wow, that was a good definition. I like that. Yeah, and also it's on clothes. It would be something like stripes or something like polka dots on the be respectful. That's a pattern. It's just something that's repeating. And so in our book, or in the dictionary, it says a repeated decorative design. And so on Papa's pants, it was gray with red stripes or plaid? That's okay. That's what I thought. So his was the repeated plaid. And so to help us remember what a pattern is, here's a little picture, just jog our memories. So what I want you to do, I want you to point to a friend who may be wearing a pattern. Okay. Am I wearing a pattern?
Yes.
Also? Why? Do you think it's because it's black? Yeah. And so it's repeating, and it goes blue, red, darker red, blue, red, black. So it's a pattern. Okay. The next one I found within the book that I thought, I don't know if they know this one, is the word quilt. It is a noun, but it's not a person. It's not a place, so it must be a thing, right? So, in the book, it says he was in the kitchen hiding from the ghosts, and he said, "It was so hot, I started to throw the quilt off my head, but then I remembered the ghosts." So would he be throwing a hat off his head? Do you think it's a quilted hat off his head? No. I don't think so either, because he's sleeping. You don't need to wear a hat to bed. Do you think he was throwing his quilt shoes off his head? No, because he's sleeping, so he wouldn't have shoes on. So what do you guys think it is? Talk to your partner. Okay. Who can tell me what a quilt is? Dig. What do you think?
It's a kind of cloth. It's a kind of blanket which keeps you warm.
It is a kind of blanket that keeps you warm. Does it have any specific? It has a specific design. What kind of specific design? Same. A pattern, exactly. So in the dictionary, it said that it is a warm bed covering, like Dagan said, made of padding enclosed between layers of fabric. It is kept in place by lines of stitching, typically applied in a decorative pattern, like you said. So it's a warm blanket, and he threw it off of him. Or did he throw it off? No. He did not. He won't go back. He started to throw the quilt off of him, so he tried to throw the blanket under there. Because have you guys ever been afraid and you stay under your blanket because you feel like nothing can touch you under that blanket? Because I have. I totally. It's scary at night sometimes in the dark. So he tried to throw it off, but those ghosts were just too scary to throw off it. So this is my little blurry picture of a quilt that I found. And you guys made a quilt, didn't you? Oh, you can see. Look at that. You guys are pros. So what we're going to do is we are going to sew our quilt together. Everyone sew it. I saw you back there not sewing. Good. You guys just made a quilt. Cool. That is a fake quilt. It's not actually real. You guys aren't actually sewing. Okay, and then the next word that I found is mustering. Okay, so in the story, the boy said, "I lay quietly for a while, mustering up my courage." There's that word, mustering. Think about it. And he says, "Just when I thought it was safe to make a run for it, I spied a tall, thin, ghostly white figure drifting into the room." So, he says, "I lay quietly for a while, mustering up my courage." What do we think mustering means? Talk to your up with a good definition of mustering. Adam, what do you think mustering means? Do you think? Yeah, so mustering up my courage. He was mustering. Can I get another definition? Megan.
The gain of your courage.
It's kind of like that. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Go for it.
Building up my courage.
Building up. Those are all really, really good words, but the actual definition is to gather or to bring together. So those are all very good words. Those were all synonyms of it. So when you're gathering up something, you muster up your strength, or you gather up your strength so that you can go. I mean, if you were tired this morning, was anybody tired this morning like I was? Me too. So I mustered up all my strength to come to school today. I'm just kidding. I was excited to come. But you guys mustered up your strength because you were sleepy, or you mustered up some energy, so you gathered up all the energy within you, or something like that. Does that make sense? Does anyone have an example of when they mustered up some strength or mustered up some? Give me an example, Ben.
When I was on a fishing boat, I was really scared, and then I mustered up and got ready.
Oh, you mustered up some bravery. That was a really good example. Yes. Go ahead.
My family my dad and sister wanted to go on a scary ride, and they asked me to come. And at first I was like, no, I'm not going. And then soon enough, I mustered up my courage.
You mustered up your courage like he almost did in the story, huh? That was a really good example. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm only doing 2 examples, but you can tell your friend in a little bit. Or you can tell me after this. So we mustered up the strength, and we mustered up our courage. So, for our motion, what do you think our motion should be? I think so too. We muster up some strength. Huh? That was a good one. You guys are all so strong. I can't even, like, your muscles are bigger than your head. I can't even believe how strong you are. Okay, and then our last word, it's a little bit of an outdated word, but it's a great word to know, is it knickers? No. How do we say it? Knickers? Knickers. Yes, knickers. Perfect. Just kidding. That K is silent. It's a weird K, but it is there. So, the little boy said, and I must say, I looked mighty sharp in my brand new knickers with the red plaid. The ghosts had hemmed them too short for Papa, but they were just right for me. Those silly ghosts. No, they were his aunts and his grandma, huh? So, he looked mighty sharp in those brand new knickers. They were supposed to be his grandpa's, but now they're his. They're too short. So, what do we think knickers are? Do we think that they're really short shorts? Do we think they're really long pants? Do we think it's a shirt? Okay, come back in. Hello. Okay. What do you think they are, pretty girl?
I think that the type of style of boots that boys wear that are a little short.
They were for boys. Where do you think that they go to?
Right there, like.
So, like, right here? Like, mid-calf or knee?
Mid-calf.
Mid-calf. So, capris. Do any girls wear capris?
Yes.
Me too. I love capris. They're my favorite type of pants. Okay, so that makes sense. And our definition from the dictionary, it says they are loose-fitting trousers gathered at the knee or the calf. So they would not look like my pants. They would be much looser and a little bit shorter, like that. And I found a fun picture from the internet of a little boy in some puffy pants. You boys should invest in some of these. These are funny. I kind of like them. Yeah, they do look like baseball. Oh, you guys wear them when you go to baseball. I'm just kidding. Those baseball pants. But, okay, so our big our motion for this, we're just going to grab our pants at the knees. Don't need to get out of your seat. Just grab your pants at the knees to remember that they are short pants and they are loose and you can play with them like that because they're so puffy. And those are our words for Papa's new pants. So we're going to go over them really quickly. And you guys need to remember the motions. We need to make sure that we remember the motions so that we can remember the words and implement them into our everyday vocabulary. So I'm going to do them out of order. And so you guys have to remember them. So my first word, that motion, that you need to remember is quilt. What is our quilt? Are we sewing together the quilt?
Yes.
Great. Okay, our second word that I'm going to trick you with is mustering. Yeah, muster up that string. Our third word is knickers. What do you think? Don't laugh. You guys are cheating. I'm just kidding. Knickers. All right. So our knees. Our third word is. What were the other ones? Our third word, or our fourth word, right? I was on fourth. Is I already did quilt. Which ones do I need to do? I need to do. Someone give me a word. Same. Fabric. Which one was fabric? You guys remember the words? Fabric. Perfect. And then our fifth. Yes. Our fifth word is, sorry. Oh, is, our fifth one is predict. Oh, I did the motion. You guys know it. I predicted that you guys knew it. And then our sixth word is, what's our sixth word?
Pattern.
Pattern. And what was our motion for pattern? I wouldn't know myself. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. I thought it was funny. Okay, cool. So, perfect. You guys know them, and you guys need to remember them, because at the very end, I'm going to test you to make sure that you guys know the words. So, don't forget them. All right, and now we're going to work on our vocabulary map. Does that sound good? Sounds good too? All right, and so everybody has one. And our first word. Okay, and there's only 4 boxes on here, but I really like this one. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do the last 2 on the back, if that's all right with you.
Or they can, and like I said, if you want to just get them started and they can work on it independently.
Yes,
that's
yes,
good
yes,
too.
yes, because we have
Exactly, so
recess.
you can just tell them what the expectation is, and you can write just the words in, and they should, after your lesson, be able to do that completely with a small group or with a partner, because you did a great job. Boys and girls, give Miss Garland a hand.
You guys did good. It was all you. It wasn't me. Okay, so let's put our words in, shall we? Our first word was I predict that you know it. I'm just kidding. First word is predict. I predicted you guys knew it. Predict. Our second word, I predict that you know it, is fabric. Our third word is the pattern, or just pattern. I don't know why I put the pattern. Our fourth word is quilt. All right, and let's do a big flip. Half flip. Just kidding. We'll do it. Okay, and then you can kind of see the boxes on the back, so just make a quick line. It doesn't have to be perfect, unless you guys are already perfect, which you are. So let's make 2 more boxes. Okay, and then each one. Alright, And then our fifth word is, it was, muster, sorry. You know, we're up at the front. It's early in the morning. So mustering. Okay, and then our sixth word is our cool little man with his knickers on. Remember, it has that fun K. N I C K E R S. Knickers. That was terrible running, but you know, it happens. Happens. Everyone, look up at me when you're done, and we'll go through the directions. Then flip it back over. So, you guys have done one of these before?
Yes.
Okay, so you know that you're going to have to go into your book and you're going to have to look up the context clues. And so, the words that helped you figure out what the word predict means. Or fabric, pattern, quilt, muster, knickers. And then what it is, the definition or the synonym. And that's what you did with your partner. So you guys are already pros at this. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew, you know, so you know what that is. And then the antonym. Can someone tell me what an antonym is?
What something isn't.
Yes. It says it at the top, but you know, I just like to make sure that you're paying attention. And then a quick draw, because you guys are all beautiful artists. So you're going to draw a quick picture of predict, and you can always just draw yourself doing your motions like that. And then a connection, how. So I predicted this morning that it was going to be warm during the day. And it is. I looked at my weather and it was 85, and I was like, oh, I am a magician. I'm just kidding. But, okay, so if you guys want to start working on them, you can do the first one together if you want. So, I mean, I guess you can pull out your book. Oh, 2 minutes.
No, but that's perfect actually because you had them set. So if you want to just go ahead and predict, and then that's perfect gradual release.
Okay, so it's on page 280, right? 288. 283. Remember, 288 in my head. Go ahead. Okay, so predict. Is everyone there? Yeah, look out. Okay, so the first word predict is right in the strategy focus, and we already read it, but it says when Papa buys new pants, his whole family gets involved. As you read, use what you find out about the characters to predict what will happen next. So what are our context clues or clue that tell us what the word predict means?
Predict means like what's gonna happen, like what you think's gonna happen next.
Yeah, so do you think our context clue is the word involved? I think the context clue is when it says what will happen next. So the word next maybe, or happens next, because you have to figure out what the characters predict will happen next. So what I'm going to put is little quotes, and I'm going to say what will happen next, because that tells me that predict means that I'm looking for the next thing that happens. And then can someone give me a synonym? Davis. Estimate? Yes. That's a good one. I like that one. Can someone else give me another one? Go ahead. figure out the future, predict. Future's a good one. Okay, and that's kind of a definition. I spelled future wrong. Okay, and then can someone tell me what it is not? Go ahead. What is it not? Yes. Okay. Sarah. Sorry. What is it not? Okay.
It's not knowing something.
It's not knowing. That's good. Or yeah, not knowing, not guessing. I like that one. Sophie, do you have one?
It's not the past.
Mm-hmm. The past. That's a good one. Okay, and then we can do quick draw later because that's something you do on yourself. What is someone's connection with the word predict? Go ahead. Let's see. Okay. Well, we can. Aspen, what's your connection?
I predict what will happen in the next chapter.
Ooh, what will happen in the next chapter? That's what we do when we read it. And what is your connection?
When I went on the way, I predicted that my mom would not make me have to go on it again, and she did that.
Oh, good. That's great. And then we can write yours down. And then I will put. I predicted it will be warm.
Boys and girls, if you are not going to think tank once you fill in the connection, you may walk out. If you are going to think tank, take something to work on there.
Thank you all for being brave.